Happiness will not suddenly arrive one day. Not when you finally make more money. Not when you become more successful. Not when people finally recognize your hard work. Not when your life becomes perfectly stable. Because if you keep waiting for the perfect moment to feel happy, you may end up waiting forever. Most people think happiness is something that happens after a big life upgrade, a better job, a bigger paycheck, a perfect relationship, a calmer life, a version of themselves that finally has everything figured out. But here is the truth. Happiness is not something that simply arrives. Happiness is something your brain learns. Your brain learns through repetition. It learns from what you do every morning. It learns from what you focus on during the day. It learns from how you respond to stress. It learns from what you repeat when nobody is watching. So, if you repeat worry every day, your brain becomes better at worrying. If you repeat comparison every day, your brain becomes better at feeling behind. If you repeat gratitude, calm, connection, and small progress, your brain slowly learns a different pattern. Because your brain becomes better at what you repeat. And today, I'm going to show you 6 tiny habits that can train your brain to feel happier every day. No fake positivity, no complicated routine, no huge life transformation. Just small actions repeated daily that gently reset your emotional baseline. And habit number 6 may be the most important one, because happiness is not about never feeling stress. It is about training your brain to return to calm faster. Let's begin. Habit number 1. Name one good thing. The moment you wake up, before you touch your phone, before you check messages, before your feet even hit the floor, ask yourself one simple question. What is one good thing in my life right now? Just one. It can be very small. I woke up today. I have another chance. My bed is warm. My coffee is waiting. Someone cares about me. I still have time to change something. It does not need to be deep. It does not need to be dramatic. It just needs to be real. This habit works because your brain naturally looks for problems first. It looks for what is missing. It looks for what could go wrong. It looks for what needs fixing. It looks for danger before it looks for beauty. That is not because your brain hates you. That is because your brain was built to protect you. But when you intentionally name one good thing, you give your brain a new first signal. You are saying, before we search for stress, let's search for something good. And what you search for, your brain starts to notice more often. One good thing in the morning becomes a new lens for the day. Habit number 2, step into morning light. After you wake up, give your brain light. Open the curtains. Stand near a window. Step onto a balcony. Go outside for 1 or 2 minutes. You do not need a long walk. You do not need a perfect sunrise. You do not need a full morning routine. Just let natural light reach your eyes. Think of morning light as your brain's natural start button. It tells your body, the day has begun. It helps you feel more awake. It helps your mood feel steadier. It helps your brain understand that it is time to move out of sleep mode. Most people wake up and give their brain a phone screen first. Notifications, messages, news, pressure, comparison. But your brain was not meant to start the day with noise. It was meant to start with light. So before you give your attention to the world, give your brain a simple signal from nature. Light first, then life. Habit number 3. Celebrate tiny wins. Most people complete small things all day and emotionally ignore them. You make your bed, you drink water, you answer a message, you clean one small area, you start a task you were avoiding. And your brain says, next. No pause, no credit, no feeling of progress. But your brain needs to feel progress. Progress creates momentum. So here is the habit. Every time you finish something small, pause for 1 second and say, good job. That is it. You do not need to throw a party. You do not need to wait for a huge achievement. Just give your brain a small moment of recognition. Because when you ignore every small win, your brain starts to feel like nothing is ever enough. But when you celebrate tiny wins, your brain receives a new message. I am moving forward. I can do things. My effort matters. This is how confidence is built. Not only from big victories, but from tiny moments of progress that you actually notice. Small wins count, but only if your brain gets to register them. Habit number 4. Ask what went well. At the end of the day, your brain may naturally replay what went wrong. The awkward thing you said, the task you did not finish, the mistake you made, the message you forgot, the moment you felt stressed. And if you let your brain do that every night, it begins to believe your day was mostly bad, even when many good things happen too. So before you sleep, ask yourself, what went well today? Not what was perfect, not what changed my life. Just what went well. Maybe you had one peaceful moment. Maybe you finished one task. Maybe someone was kind to you. Maybe you ate something good. Maybe you handled a hard moment better than before. Maybe you simply made it through the day. That counts. This habit teaches your brain to store the good, not only the stressful. Because if you never revisit good moments, your brain may let them disappear. But when you ask, what went well? You help your mind collect evidence that your life contains more good than your stress wants you to believe. Habit number 5, send one positive message. Happiness grows when it moves outward. Every day, send one short positive message to someone. It can be simple. I appreciate you. I was thinking about you. You did great today. Thank you for being there. I'm glad you're in my life. No occasion needed. No long speech. Just one message that brings warmth into someone's day. This habit works because connection tells your brain that you are safe. When you make someone else feel seen, your own brain feels connection too. You stop seeing the world as cold, random, or hostile. You start experiencing it as relational, human, warm. And sometimes happiness does not come from getting more. Sometimes it comes from giving something small, a kind word, a little encouragement, a message that reminds someone they matter. And when you create that moment for someone else, your brain receives the benefit too. Habit number 6, take 3 slow breaths. This is the habit that may change your emotional control the most. Before you open a stressful email, before you reply while irritated, before you walk into a difficult conversation, before you react too quickly, pause, take 3 slow breaths. Inhale slowly, exhale longer. Again, inhale slowly, exhale longer. One more time. Inhale slowly, exhale longer. That small pause teaches your nervous system something powerful. We do not have to react immediately. We can slow down. We can choose. Stress is natural. You will still feel pressure. You will still get frustrated. You will still have hard days. But happiness is not the absence of stress. Happiness is the ability to come back to calm faster. And 3 slow breaths can become the bridge between reaction and control, between anger and patience, between overwhelm and clarity, between stress taking over and you returning to yourself. So use this habit before stress becomes a storm. Use it early. Use it often. Train your brain to pause before it reacts. Now, let's bring this together. You do not need to wait for one big breakthrough to become happier. You do not need to change your entire life in one day. You do not need to pretend everything is fine. You only need to start sending your brain better signals, one small habit at a time, one good thing in the morning, one moment of natural light, one tiny win noticed, one question at night, one positive message. 3 slow breaths. These habits may look small, but small things repeated daily do not stay small. They become patterns. Patterns become identity, and identity becomes the way you live. So do not ask, can this tiny habit change my whole life today? Ask a better question. What is this teaching my brain to feel tomorrow? Because happiness is rarely a sudden breakthrough. More often, happiness is a trained pattern, a quiet return, a daily practice, a path your brain learns to walk again and again. So today, choose one habit, just one. Make it easy. Repeat it tomorrow. And slowly your days may begin to feel different. You may react less. You may notice more good. You may feel a little lighter, a little calmer, a little more in control. And that is how real change begins. If this video helped you, hit the like button so more people can learn these simple habits for a happier mind. Share this with someone who has been feeling stressed, heavy, or disconnected from the good in their life. And subscribe for more simple brain tricks, mindset tools, and daily habits that help you feel happier, calmer, and more in control. Remember, happiness does not always arrive. Sometimes you train your brain to recognize it,